Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Kara McIntosh, has confirmed that a woman, while aboard the Osprey shuttle, died as a result of sudden cardiac arrest, commonly referred to as a heart attack. Dr. McIntosh notes that coincidentally, there were 2 doctors on board as well as a paramedic who did CPR immediately to resuscitate the individual. She adds that there was also a patient being transferred to the General Hospital from Carriacou with an ambulance waiting on the port. However, on the realization that they were an hour and a half away from Grenada, the Minister for Carriacou and Diplomatic Affairs, Kindra Mathurin Stewart, who was on board, called the Coast Guard.
And the doctors realized that they don't have much of the facilities. The doctors then came from the Osprey with the woman to continue CPR with the Coast Guard. So there was always a doctor with this person starting from the Osprey moving on. Then from there, the Coast Guard got back into Grenada and was sitting right up at the port, and the Osprey was supposed to be coming in as well. Now remember, there was a person that was waiting as a patient to be transferred to Grenada. So there was an ambulance that was coming down to meet the Osprey, but the Coast Guard waved them down. No one from the minister or on the boat or the Coast Guard did call in to the General Hospital to say we have this. That was inadvertent.
The Director for Hospital Services admits that the ambulance did not have some of the required equipment because they were expecting a patient with a head laceration. Dr. McIntosh says the doctor attached to the emergency room later pronounced the person dead. She says with many unknown factors, the hospital administration has chosen to improve the services rendered via protocols at the General Hospital, which includes the emergency dispatch.
How do we make sure that communication is reached? And this is a prime example of you don't call the emergency room for an ambulance, you call the dispatch so that that dispatch can get all that information, because the emergency room is like, look, I got a patient here, I got a patient there. What is it that you want? You want an ambulance? And not able to address that. And the dispatch is someone where there is a doctor whose focus is the call, what's going on, you need this, we'll get this in place. And we start to address that.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Nicholas Steele highlights that he will be pushing for amendments to the Small Commercial Vessel Code to address the issue.
That is a legislation that will have licensing for vessels like Osprey, like Rum Runner, and others, our party vessels, as well as our commercial, whether they're carrying passengers or cargo, to increase the level of first aid kits and care, etc., which would include an automatic external defibrillator to be on board those vessels, because such an incident could have happened as well on some of the party boats like Rum Runner or any of the others, and they want to. Those that I've spoken to are very much willing to comply with that. It will also say that the vessel must always have persons trained in first aid.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.